Well guys, it is Thursday, February 15th, and the morning has cleared and there has been no sign of any type of Nintendo Direct. No general, no partner, no mini, nothing at all. And lots of the rumors and everybody was still pointing towards this week being the case, and it looks like everyone was wrong. And of course, as a man of my word, I never like to downplay anything and make it seem like, it's okay, they just messed something up. I do apologize, as somebody that was hyping up or at least telling you guys that there could be a partner direct this week and saying that there was a good chance for a partner direct this week. It looks like one of our last couple of sources that we had that are supposed to be very reliable wasn't very reliable this time. So feel free to get mad and say what you want to me in the comments. I completely understand, but I definitely do own up to this. And obviously going into the future, we will definitely take that into credibility. We will definitely put that on the list as to who to believe next time. But Nate the Hate was another one that pretty much claimed that they haven't heard anything and that if there was going to be a direct, it was going to be a partner showcase because they didn't believe there was going to be any first party reveals. So I guess technically that was correct. But yes, once again, we believe the Red Bird, and at this point it's really just the Red Bird. Can't really take word of anybody anymore because it just seems like nobody is credible except for the Red Bird. Now, for Nintendo's big announcement to start the day, it was actually from Splatoon that's talking about side order once again, and PRO actually commented on it saying, "Is this a direct?" And of course, people were laughing about it, saying like clearly PRO knew that there was no information coming, and PRO actually responded to somebody else saying, "When I said I heard nothing, people were saying my sources had been caught." So no, PRO was just literally saying he's heard nothing about any imminent first-party announcements at the moment. So yeah, once again, we have to believe PRO. When he says he's heard nothing, that means he's heard nothing, and that's exactly what we're getting. Nothing. But I'm not gonna lie, this is very interesting and actually very funny because the whole world was trying to decide what we were gonna get, because I think everyone in the world, no matter leaks or not, was on board that we were gonna get some type of Nintendo Direct. I mean, everybody. It happens every single year. 4 of the last 5 years, it's been right around this time frame, the first 2 weeks of February, so everyone considered that this was going to happen because it just felt like the norm still. And everybody was trying to decide, oh, we're going to get a general. No, we're just going to get a mini. No, we're going to get a partner showcase. Nintendo doesn't have much to show before Switch 2. And I remember just reading all these comments of you guys in the comments battling to see which one is going to be, and a lot of people saying it has to be a general direct. It just doesn't make sense to not be. Well, it looks like it's going to be neither. Now, something that is very interesting is Xbox at the beginning of this week scheduled some type of official Xbox podcast where they're talking about the future of Xbox and stuff, and a lot of people think this is going to be a very big event showcasing what Xbox is planning to do with their games and stuff, like putting them on other consoles and stuff. That's happening today at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And Jeff Grubb actually commented on this saying, "I know no one wants to hear this, but just like when the Queen died, this is real. I heard earlier this week that they were discussing moving the Direct because of the Xbox business update. I've never known the date for sure. I've only ever heard by the middle of February." Now, I will say Nintendo does this a lot. If there is anything at all going on the day that they plan to have a Nintendo Direct, they will always move it. They've done this before with anything around the world, any type of major event, even some minor events sometimes. They will not have a Direct. I mean, this is even showing like when E3 was a thing, they would always have their presentation, the last one of all the different organizations. It'd be the very last show of E3. Nintendo likes to be far away from everybody else and wants the eyes to be specifically on them and not shared with anybody else. And this Xbox podcast probably interferes with their plans, so there is a good chance there could have been some type of show this week and they moved it. And honestly, the hope is just kind of dying out for a Nintendo Direct. I mean, look, if it was going to happen this week, it wasn't going to be a general. That's definitely for sure. I think I can actually say that with confidence. Look at all the trailers Nintendo dropped. They've covered everything a million times. Princess Peach Showtime, Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC, and of course even Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I mean, like, they've covered the games that they need to cover. And they really only have Luigi's Mansion 2 and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door left, so if they were going to have a general direct, it would have to be filled with new games and new announcements only. So if there still is somehow a direct coming in the next couple of weeks, I still believe it to be a partner showcase because there's really no reason to have a general direct right now. It doesn't look like Nintendo wants to talk about any more major Switch games coming to the console. The exciting part about this is if there's a partner direct or no direct at all, it doesn't really matter because Nintendo is not going to go into June with only knowing what we have so far. There's just no possible way. I mean, I guess if Nintendo is taking that route. I mean, it could be like the Wii U all over again, where they're kind of ending the Switch off with not a lot of crazy games, just a lot of remakes and remasters and stuff like that, which could be what's happening. But still, I mean, the lineup is enough to hold us over, but I still think there should be an announcement soon. There needs to be an announcement of this new console, and if there's any big first-party games coming at the end of this year, they got to be revealed, like, soon, or this year is going to be full of more remakes, remasters, and smaller titles. Once again, the other question is, do we believe all the rumors suggesting there's going to be some type of Switch 2 reveal next month in March? It's hard to say, because after this happened today, it really leaves us in a state of confusion. Because if Nintendo does indeed have a Nintendo Direct in, like, the next couple of weeks, and it was moved because of the Xbox Showcase, and it is a partner direct, then maybe there's more evidence that next month will be a Switch 2 reveal. But right now, nothing's looking kind of golden. It's just kind of us sitting here waiting to see what Nintendo does with their cards. Like I said, Switch 2 console aside, Nintendo has first-party games to show. It's been 7 years since Super Mario Odyssey. I'm sure this next 3D Mario game has to be revealed very, very soon. And that same thing goes for games like Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Metroid Prime 4, there's a whole lot that we could talk about. Nintendo has to reveal something to get fans excited, because right now, I don't think anyone's holding their breath or like kind of jumping up for joy for Princess Peach Showtime, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC, Luigi's Mansion 2, and yes, even Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Trust me, I am for Paper Mario, don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people are, but still, it is a remake of an old game. Nintendo needs some big first-party announcement soon, or this year is going to be pretty lackluster and easily forgotten. But once again, I know a lot of you guys are upset because you were led to believe that something was happening this week, and I once again want to apologize. And I know I take, full responsibility for why you might be upset with me, because I've been reporting on a lot of these things. And trust me, I think all of us around the world expected something to happen in the first 2 weeks of February, because it does almost every single year. But this is a different year. We're in a different time for Nintendo. Maybe Nintendo knows that where things aren't going to be the same this year, because Switch 2 is so close, there could be some big new event or something that they're planning just for March where we just have to ride out the wave. I'm completely fine with Twitter drops and trailers, and if they just drop some trailers for Luigi's Mansion 2 and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door on Twitter, I think even that would be okay. But it's time to give leaks and rumors a rest, because there's not much else we can do with them. We don't know if any of them are going to be true at this point, so all we can do is speculate and wait to see what Nintendo's next move is. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you really enjoyed today's video and update, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and thank you so much for sticking with me even through this crazy season of Nintendo, where there's not a whole lot to talk about until Nintendo starts making some power moves. But we're going to keep keeping you guys entertained and keep predicting and figuring out what Nintendo's next moves are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.